Happy Mounjaro Monday, friends. This is my 55th week on Mounjaro. I'm going to be taking live my 10 milligrams of Mounjaro shot. And this week, I have something extra special for everybody. I'm going to have Mindy, I got to put my glasses on so I can remember how to pronounce her last name. Mindy Mikami as my special guest, and she is a super responder with Mounjaro. I think she's been doing it for almost as long as I have, and we'll find out when she started taking Mounjaro. But she's doing tons better than me. She's like really losing it pretty darn quick. But she is a rock star. She also does triathlons and things, and she has done triathlons being over 250 pounds. When she's not that now, but that's what she was when she started doing them. So she is a hero in my heart. And so I'm super excited to have her today. And before I put her on the screen, I want to give you my numbers. I have lost a new pound finally. Yay! So I am down in 55 weeks. I am down 38 pounds. So not a ton. I'm what you would call a slow responder, but I do have a confession for you all today. And my confession is I have shared all along my journey, all the things that I do, all the special things that help me. And one of those, I did a video about it. And it's that what really works well for me is when I write down what I eat and I keep track of my calories. And I also have a weight loss book club. And the first book we did was Atomic Habits. And when I do a weight loss book club, it's a weight loss book club for busy people. I only do one chapter a week. And so that way it's easy to do. And we do a deep dive into that chapter. And one of the things I caught from Atomic Habits was that if you give yourself like on a calendar, like a sticker or something that shows that you met all of your goals that day, and you see that sticker, it is really helpful because it gives you a chance to see a month at a glance. And when you see all those stickers that you've done whatever you want your habit to be, because Atomic Habits isn't just for weight loss. Actually, some people use it because they're want to get rid of the clutter in their house, or they'll use it because they want to be more organized at work, or they'll use it for all kinds of ways to try to do wonderful, healthy habits in their life, and to have them become atomic where they don't even have to think about it. It just turns into a natural habit and their life improves. And when I did the Atomic Habit Book Club, I would tell people, you could use this for other areas in your life, but here's how this chapter would relate if you're trying to lose weight. And then I would share things. And so anyway, I was putting stickers on a calendar, and I would show you guys on my Mounjaro Mondays, and I'd say, hey, look at this month. And you'd see all these gold stars. And I was so proud of myself. I loved my little gold star stickers. And then I went on vacation for a month. And I got so busy doing different things on vacation when we traveled in our van RV that I didn't keep good track. And it was hard because we would eat out one meal a day, 2 meals a day. I knew what I was putting in my body calorie wise because it was things I brought from home. But one meal a day, eating at a restaurant, I'm really not sure what the calories were. And so it was kind of like, I don't know, but I still exercised and drank a bunch of water and did all the things, but I didn't really know for sure my calories. So I didn't give myself any, I didn't worry about doing the stickers. Well, that's bad because I got out of my good atomic habit of doing that daily. And then as soon as we got back from our 4-week trip, I did lose 1 pound, which for me was a miracle because I usually, well, I've never gone on a 4-week trip before. It was my first time because my husband's newly retired. But usually 1 week is all I would ever get for a vacation. But any vacation that was 1 week long, I always gain at least 5 pounds in 1 week. And the worst was 11 pounds in 1 week's time. And when I came back from that 4-week trip, I lost a pound. And I was just super excited that I actually lost a pound, and I didn't track everything I ate. And then, but I was out of the habit a little bit. And then it was, and when we got back, it was in November. It was right before Thanksgiving. And so then all of, Thanksgiving and all the Christmas stuff and Christmas treats and things that kind of came through. And I was babysitting my grandson the month of December as well. I also didn't I didn't consistently write down what I ate. And I wasn't 100% sure of my calories. However, I would put in my mind, did I eat at least 4 fruits and vegetables? Because that really helps me. Did I drink a lot of water? Did I, shoot for at least around 100 grams of water? Uh, and am I eating protein with each meal that I eat? Because those are all important things. And I was able to do all of those things without writing it down. However, it really was more like maintenance for my body. And when Christmas came and left, I think I might have lost maybe 1 pound in December. And now I've lost 2 pounds in January because I lost a pound this week. But this last week, I'm back to writing everything down. And it is better for me because then I'm very cognizant of how many calories I'm taking in. And I make sure that I do not go under 1,000, because if I eat less than 1,000 calories, I've dieted a million times in my life, I swear. And if I eat less than 1,000 calories, my body worries that it's starving itself to death. And so my body goes on starvation mode, and it will hold on to every ounce of fat and will not let me lose more weight. It just holds on to it with fear, like, no, is afraid I'm starving it. And then as soon as I start eating again, I gain all my weight back plus some. And so it's always ruin things for me. So I make sure that I eat at least 1,000 calories. And I've also seen registered dietitians. I have type 2 diabetes, and I took a 6-week class when I first got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And they also said you need to eat, as a woman, you need over 1,000 calories a day. You do, because of that starvation mode thing. So I'm not totally unusual with that. So anyway, I'm happy in that usually during the Christmas season, from Thanksgiving, really from Halloween to New Year's, during that time, just about every year of my life, I gain at least 7 pounds, sometimes 12. And this year, I was down a pound or 2 during all of that time, which to me is a miracle. And I kept all of that other weight that I lost, I kept it off. And so Mounjaro has been extremely helpful for me that way. And I'm not worried at all about when I go on maintenance, when I finally have lost all the weight I need to lose and I'm on maintenance. I'm not worried. I know now I can keep it off without writing things down and just continue my healthy lifestyle. But if I want to truly lose weight while on the lifestyle journey, while I still have a lot of weight left to lose, it's better for me to write my calories down. So anyway, I just wanted, and I hadn't lied, because I just stopped showing you guys my sticker chart. And so you can kind of see where I dropped off when I stopped showing my sticker chart and saying how many pounds I lost this week. That was pretty much when I stopped being sure that I was tracking really well every day. But I'm back on track, and I am writing my stuff down. I've got to find where I put my sticker chart. I can't figure out where I lost it from when I had it in the RV. So it might still be stuck in the RV somewhere. But when I find my sticker chart, I do have a notebook where I've written everything down. I'm going to start putting the stickers in for all these days, because almost every day last week I earned a sticker. So I'm back on track again. And that's what's worked for me. But I am a slow responder, even eating between 1,000 and sometimes I will go up to 1,700. If it's a bigger day of doing things, but usually between 1,000 and 1,700 calories a day, generally more around the 1,500 range, but then sometimes I'll do a 1,200. I don't know. I kind of bounce it around a little bit because I don't want my body to think, because that's happened to me before too. If I do the exact same calories every day for a while, I lose weight, and then it plateaus more for me. And so it's always good when my body's not entirely sure how much it's getting, but it knows it's not going to be starved, and it's going to have enough nutrition. So anyway, I just wanted to give you that heads up that that's how my last week has gone. But the gal that I have for us today, Mindy, has been a part of our Anchor Moments community for months and months and months and months, and she's usually available in the chat during our Mounjaro Monday lives, and also on Sundays when we do our weight loss book club. You can usually find her then too, and she's been so much fun. So I'm super excited today to welcome Mindy and have her share her weight loss journey, because she is a super responder. If you saw the thumbnail, the before is the heaviest she's ever been in her life, and it was well before she started Mounjaro. It was in 1991, but she was a young puppy then, and as a young puppy, she was like me. she was struggling with her weight, but still exercising. I'm so proud of you, the way you just have pushed and pushed and pushed. But now that she's been doing Mounjaro, we'll have her share when she started, and she has lost a lot more weight than I have. She has just been doing super duper. Hey, Mindy.
Hi everybody. It's so good to be able to join you, and congratulations, Gina, on your 1 pound loss. You've you've
Yay.
you've proven to us though, right, that when we do all the things, and especially those things we learned in Atomic Habits, it really does work.
It
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, so thank you for the introduction. Maybe some of you are a little disappointed that I'm not Mindy Peterson, the other Mindy we see. She is a content creator. I am not. I'm just a lurker and a cheerer. I like to cheer for everyone.
Aw.
But yeah, Gina's right. Back in 1991, I went and found that photo, and I only know how when it was because I see I'm holding my son's hand. You could just barely see him past me.
Oh, I
And he's a
do.
little bitty dude, and he's
Oh.
41 now. So I know, yeah, exactly. So I know how long ago that was. But yeah, I've always struggled with my weight, probably since I was a teenager. I had some
Okay.
trauma in my life, and I somehow turned to food, and it just became my crutch. I would say I've lost and gained over 100 pounds probably 3 times, 50 pounds an uncountable number of times. And I think it was in 2017 or 18, I had a bit of a health scare. I went to the doctor, and my A1C was a little bit high. I was pre-diabetic.
Okay.
And my doctor said, I can put you on something for it. I didn't know what. And I said, you know what, doc, if you put me on something, I'm going to lean on that, and I'm not going to do any work. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I want to do it myself. So I went to a bariatric doctor, not for surgery, but basically, I think these days we call them more an obesity doctor. But he gave me, a list of things to do, and this many calories, this many workouts, and I just white knuckled my way through it and lost 105 pounds.
Wow.
Um, started doing triathlon, like you mentioned. Back then, I was probably just a little bit heavier than I am now. Um, but who starts triathlon and gains weight? I have no idea. I started triathlon and ended up gaining and gaining and gaining. And I think part of me thought, I'm doing all
No.
this working out. I can eat whatever I want. And I gained almost all my weight back.
Oh,
And yeah, so this one is a Mother's Day 5K that I did. That's my daughter-in-law and my son and my husband there with me. I probably am weighing in about 265 in that picture, I would imagine.
and you
But you
did
know,
it. That's a triathlon, or did you say that was the
no,
five?
that's a 5K for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
We did that quite often. And you know, I would still get out there and do it. And yeah, here's this one. You know, I kind of
Wow.
I'm out doing Santa in the belly department there. Um, but so in 2023 in September, I had a small irritation on my thigh, and I thought I had just like maybe nicked myself shaving or something. And I started not feeling well, and I looked at it, and during the course of a day, it had grown to about the size of my hand, the
Oh,
inflammation.
oh my.
And so I used to work as a medical translator. I speak Japanese, and one of the tricks they taught me is outline that with a magic marker. So the next day when you look at it, you know, is it getting bigger? Is it my imagination? You know. So I had my
That's
husband
pretty
mark it
cool.
with a marker, and the next day it was about the size of two hands. Like it was huge. And I ended up in the emergency room, and they told me I had sepsis, um, that came from this cellulitis, which basically means you got an infection in your skin. We all have bacteria on our skin, and you know it
Yeah.
can get into our body if we're not careful. And they said, "Oh, and by the way, we did all your blood work, and you're diabetic. Your A1C is 10.9." And yeah, and
Oh my
they
gosh.
were, yeah,
That's that's scary bad because when I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and I didn't have it, I didn't have it, didn't have it, didn't have it. And then during the pandemic, I didn't go to the doctor until it was over a year and a half. And I was 10.2, and they told me that's the suicide level because
yeah,
that's when you can lose limbs and your kidneys, all those kinds of things. You do not want to be above 10. That's awful.
yeah. And they said that I was kind of in a vicious cycle because the infection loves the sugar, and the
Yeah.
sugar goes up because of the infection. And I'm also allergic to like all kinds of antibiotics. So it took
Oh,
a good week for them to fix me up. I had IVs in both arms, some kind of cocktail. Um, but the the really tough thing was leaving the hospital with like bags of, here's your insulin, your meal insulin, your bedtime insulin, your needles, your finger pricking device, your glucose meter, your test strips, all of these things that I didn't even know what they were or how to use them. And I
oh my
was
gosh,
just
that's huge.
devastated. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was devastated, but
yeah.
remotivated. That first scare didn't quite get me, but this one did. And I went home and I buckled down and I worked really hard, went back to doing all the things my, obesity doctor had taught me in the past. And I was able actually to get my A1C down into 5 point something all on my own. Well, with the insulin, but
Mhm.
and I weaned myself mostly off of the insulin. The doc with doctor's care, they would say,
Yeah.
"Oh, if your sugar's this, reduce this much." I just kept reducing, but then things weren't moving anymore. I couldn't lose any weight. So I did some research, and I texted my doctor and I said, "Hey, I'm thinking about, I see there's this medication called Mounjaro, and I think it might be a really good solution for me to help me not only with my diabetes, but with the weight loss as well." And I asked her, I said, are you comfortable prescribing that, or is that something I need to see an endocrinologist about? And she said, no, Mindy, I'm comfortable prescribing that. Let's talk about it. You have an appointment in a couple weeks. When you come in, we'll talk about it. And she was very positive, but she also, warned me of some of the more severe side effects, the medullary thyroid cancer, which I think now we know is really not happening in humans. It happened in the rats or mice that they
Yeah,
tested on.
I've not met anybody who has,
Yeah,
and I'm on a whole bunch of other people's YouTube channels that have
yeah,
been doing
me
Mounjaro
too.
longer than me, like
Yeah,
Mindy Peterson, and I've
yeah,
I've yet to find anybody who's gotten that thyroid cancer from
yeah,
taking Mounjaro.
yeah. And she warned me, that the gastroparesis, all those things, but also the lesser, more common side effects like, diarrhea, constipation. It sounds like a Pepto-Bismol commercial, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, and so she prescribed it. I had no idea that there was this huge shortage going on. That was the piece that was missing from my research.
Mhm.
And but I got my 2.5 right away. I got that bad boy and came home on a random Wednesday night and just stabbed myself in the stomach
And
and took
what was
that
the
shot.
date? What was the date when you took your 2.5
April 3rd,
of 2023 or
2024.
2024?
Yeah.
So April 3rd
Mhm.
of 2024.
Mhm.
So I've been on Mounjaro longer than you
Oh
because
yeah.
I started on January 10th of 2024. So
Mhm.
you didn't even start till April
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
2024. Okay. I just wanted
Yeah.
to get that
Yeah.
clear. Okay.
Yeah, and I had pretty good success right away. The one thing I've never really had that people talk about is that kind of, oh, I could only eat 5 bites, like that crazy kind of suppression. I've never had that, but it took
Me
that
either.
food noise away right away, and that's kind of my nemesis.
Mhm.
So it's really been fine. I stayed on 2.5 for 12 weeks. My doctor had to argue with the insurance company. They're like, "Oh, she's been on it 4 weeks. She needs to go up." And my doctor was like, "She is doing well on 2.5. We would like to keep her there." And then
Mhm.
my blood sugar wasn't quite where I liked it, and so I did finally titrate up to 5. But I've been on 5 for the rest of the time. So
So
43
you've not
weeks.
gone
Yeah.
you have
Mhm.
not gone over 5 milligrams.
Mm-mm. No, and every once in a while, I think I want to. There was one day when I just kept opening the pantry door. Like, is there something new in there? No, the fairies have not come and put some new treat in there, right? But I didn't act on it, but I just kept opening the pantry. So I panicked and I texted my doctor. I'm like, I think I need to go up. And she's like, we'll talk about it. So it took a couple days to get a phone interview with her, a
Mhm.
video chat. And by then it had passed. I'm like, I'm okay. And that's happened maybe a couple times, but like today, I'm like, yeah, I still need to be on 5. Like I've been kind of not really very hungry, and so I think it's good, but that's what my body needs. And sometimes people act like, you know, you deserve a prize or it's some kind of flex that I'm still on 5, and that's just what my body needs. I have hypothyroidism, I have Hashimoto's disease, and I take levothyroxine for that, and I take a huge dose of levothyroxine compared to my mom has it, my son has it. Compared to them, I take like triple what they take. But that's what I need, right? There's no shame in how much
No.
medication you take or don't take. So I don't think of it as some kind of huge flex. I'm glad that I still have a little bit of tarmac left if I need
Yes.
to dose
Yeah.
up. That's a good feeling, but I'm
Mhm.
diabetic. So, and so are you. We
You're right.
may have to be on this for the rest of our lives. So, you
Mhm.
know, eventually I could get to the highest dose. So I know they're testing higher doses, but we just work with what we've got at the moment and just keep plugging along. Um,
I'm really impressed that you have a really good doctor. You have a really
yeah,
good doctor. No,
yeah,
seriously. To even say, "Let's see," she's on top of it. because
Yeah.
some doctors really don't know. Because you know what? Primary care doctors, they do all kinds of stuff.
Everything.
They do
Hmm.
everything. So it's hard for them to be on top of absolutely everything. And a lot of them were doing well. Look at the studies that when people were, when it wasn't out yet and they were doing it with study participants, they were doing a month on 2.5, and then a month
Yeah.
on 5, and then a month on 7.5, then a month on, they were just titrating them up, but giving them 1 month at a time, so they weren't going from 0 to 15,
Hmm.
because 15 milligrams is the highest dose, but they would, give them 4 shots. So you'd have 1 month at each level until you were to the highest level. I mean, they were getting them up really fast, as long as, the people's bodies could handle it. And
They
some people
tolerated
couldn't.
it. Yeah.
Some people couldn't tolerate it, and they lost a lot of people that were part of the study, but they were
Yeah.
titrating them up too fast. And so if you're vomiting and stuff on a daily, you're going to say, I don't care how much money you're giving me in this free medicine, I'm out of here, and
Yeah.
you're going to quit. You're going to quit. No one wants to feel like they have the flu every day. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No. But I'm just very proud. I'm very proud of your doctor. You have a wonderful doctor
I
who's
do.
really finding out, well, what's going on and how are you
Hmm.
feeling? I am not a doctor, by the way, everyone. I'm just your
I'm
sister
not a
from
doctor
another
either.
mister. And Mindy's not either. We are
Mhm.
just sharing our journeys, because we know there's some of you that this is the first time that you've been on Anchor Moments, and you're thinking about maybe trying Mounjaro or Zepbound if you're struggling with obesity without diabetes, and you're wondering. I hear, when you watch the commercials, I mean, every commercial of any medication whatsoever, death,
Yeah.
dizziness, vomiting, diarrhea, all these
Yeah.
things, that are just at least this one never, it says suicidal thoughts, but so many drugs give you, supposedly, that's one of the things, like all these horrible things where you're like, you know what, I'd rather be fat. That really looks awful. That's too scary. So it's nice to hear from regular people to share what our journey is like, you know
Yeah.
what was our journey like. And we don't need, so where I was going with this, to do that, I'm not a doctor. I do answer when people ask a question in the comments when you watch during the chat, which right now we're live. So if you have any questions for me or Mindy,
Yeah.
please put
Ask
it in
me.
the chat, because Mindy's going to be with me to the very end here. So you just put it in the chat, and we will read those shortly, and we'll try to answer as best we can. And if you ask a question on replay, so if you asking a question, and if it's not a Monday, you're pretty sure you're not catching me live. We're here on Monday. If you're on a Tuesday or a different day, and you put a comment um, on the replay, I try to answer those too as best as I can. And Mindy even offered that she'd
Yep.
be willing to look at the replay. And
I
please
will.
do, Mindy. And even if I put a comment, you can put a comment on top of my comment.
Sure. Of
That
course.
way they can hear from both of us.
Hmm.
But someone in the comments had said, I'm on 15 milligrams and I'm really hungry. Uh, and want to know, like what do I do? And then, but that's it. And it's not someone who normally shows up every week and writes
Mm.
things in the chat, and I know them and know some things about them. All I know is this person is on 15 milligrams and they're hungry. So I asked, so my response was like this long, because I had a whole bunch of questions. Well, were you on 12 and a half? And when you were on 12 and a half, were you hungry? Because maybe 12 and a half was the one for them and 15 isn't right.
Yeah.
Where do you put your medication? It says on the box. So this isn't coming like as a doctor thing. This is someone who's a customer who reads, a patient who reads,
Yeah.
the flyer, that comes with it. And it says, do not freeze this medication. Is your medication maybe in the part of your refrigerator
Back of
towards
the
the back and
fridge.
it's got frost on it? I mean, did it freeze? If it froze even for a little bit, that can ruin it.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah.
that 50 milligrams doesn't work anymore because it was frozen. Maybe they get theirs in the mail it was too hot or too well. Right now it's January, so it'd be too
Yeah.
cold. Maybe it froze in delivery, and that particular batch you have got broken because it was too cold because it froze. Uh,
Hmm.
because there's that Nordic. I don't know, a whole bunch of states in Louisiana. They had snow.
Yeah. It
you know,
snowed here in North Carolina too. Yeah.
yeah, where normally they don't get snow, they're getting
Mm-mm.
snow. So did their medicine freeze? And then so it's just that particular box of vials aren't going to work because it was frozen. Or you can leave the medicine on a counter at room temperature, but a room temperature that's nice where you're not sweaty and you're not sweaty and it's not an ice box. You can leave it on at room temperature for up to 21 days, but after 21 days it absolutely has to hit the fridge. um, well, was it sit next to the heater, or maybe
Yeah.
it's room temperature, but you had it next to your heater and it's getting blasted with hot air.
Right.
Has anything happened to that medicine? And if 2.5 or 12.5 worked for you, and maybe you're on your next box of 15 and you're still starving all the time, but you weren't starving at 12.5, talk to your doctor. Maybe you need to titrate
Yeah.
back down,
Maybe
and 15 just
titrate
isn't
down.
working for your body. Or was it something that you were eating? Did you change something in your eating? I know for me, Mindy, if I have a higher in carb breakfast and it's not balanced enough with some protein or fats, and it's mostly carbs, I'm gonna be hungry all day. I don't care that I'm on 10 milligrams
Yeah.
of Mounjaro. It messes with me. But if I have a good amount of protein with my first meal of the day, shoot, I'll forget to have lunch. I'll be busy doing things and be like, oh my gosh, it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I didn't
Hmm.
have lunch. But now I am feeling hungry. I better go eat something before my sugar gets too low. But so anyway, I asked her, or I don't even know if it's a her or him per se, because it was a kind of a cutesy little name, but I don't know. You know, what has anything changed with how you've been eating, and gave some of those examples in there, because you really need to have that picture. And then and a good doctor will create that picture with you
Yeah.
before deciding if you need to titrate up or titrate down. Because there are people too that are
Here comes Jeff.
like Pam and Barb, both. They're on
Yeah.
maintenance. They've lost their over 100 or over 200
Hi,
pounds for
Jeff.
Barb, and they don't need to get any skinnier. Their doctors
Hmm.
are happy with them and like, oh nope, you don't need to lose anymore, and they're happy. They don't feel like they need to lose anymore. They're on maintenance and they're still losing weight. So
Stinkers.
yeah, I know. Just by the way, that is never going to happen to me. I've already discovered
I,
that that's
I don't
just
think me
not going
either.
to happen to me.
Mm-mm.
But because our bodies are a little bit different, and
Hmm.
we're all a little bit different, and we're all going to react a little bit different to the different levels and things of Manjaro and Zepbound as well. But a good doctor is going to ask you some questions,
Hmm.
some important questions of things that can make a difference, and then deciding, do you need to go up or do you need to go down, or where you're at is a good place to be. And so anyway, I'm really glad. It sounds like you have a really good doctor,
Yeah,
Mindy.
I really do. Yeah, she takes care of me, my mom, my husband, my cousin's husband. Like she's all our doctors. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Did you have a question for us, Jeff?
yeah,
Yes,
Jeff.
yes. My question is, do you want me to turn back on the slideshow?
You
No,
can. Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Let's go to where we left off with
Where
the
we left
slides.
off was
Jeff is our tech support today. This is my husband,
Hmm.
Jeff. And Jeff has also been trying to lose weight with me, though he doesn't have type 2 diabetes. So we would not be able to afford to let him take the medication. And he's doing really well on just doing more, being my exercise buddy. And we're trying to eat healthier together.
Yeah. So that's my son. At the time, I don't think my son and daughter-in-law were married. I think they were still dating. But that's the three of us doing a breast cancer 5K. I just always stayed active, and that's, the company I work for. We made some pink shirts and all went out and did a 5K. So
Oh, fun. Now, a 5K, how many miles is that exactly? It's like 3.3,
3.1,
3.1.
3.12. Yeah.
Wow. And when you're doing this 3 mile runs, are you running? Or are you fast
hmm
walking?
No, I'm running. It's a
Wow.
very slow run.
My God.
So yeah, this is me finishing that first triathlon. I think I probably weigh about 190 there, so maybe 10 pounds more than I weigh now. Um, and I, like it says there, I had lost over 100 pounds and then went on to gain most of it back. But that was a really happy day for me. I did something I never thought I'd be able to do. It's a really small, short triathlon. We swam 200 yards. We biked, I don't know, 10 miles maybe, and ran 2 miles. But, putting all that together in one event in, a little more than an hour, it was a huge accomplishment for me.
Giant.
Amazing.
Mindy, that is a giant, giant accomplishment. It's one thing to do one of those things when you're super, super thin,
Hmm.
but that's hard. I've done 2 rock and roll half marathons when I was younger. I'm trying to think, when did I do those? I think my daughter was either in junior high or high school, and she's 30 now. She'll be 31 in March. And so it was a lot of years ago. And I was probably 175 then. I was less than I am now, but I was still very, very, very very overweight for 5'2.5". And I just remember at mile 10, I felt like my feet were going to fall off. They hurt so bad at the 10
Aw.
mile, and to make it to the end. But I did make it to the end. I would see the people that could pick you up in case you couldn't make it and give you a ride to
Uh-huh.
the end. And I was like, nope, I'm not going to take a ride to the end. I'm going to go to the end. And I did both years. And my mom did it with me. She flew in to do this
Ah.
with me, and she trained, even though we lived in different states. And she did it with me too, and she did it to the very end. And she also was not a skinny mini, but my mom's got a lot of grit, and we did it, and we did those 13 we didn't run, we walked, but oh, it was painful on my feet
Yeah.
being overweight like that. So I can't even imagine running. um so I am just so proud of you. That is so
Thanks.
inspiring. And I'm looking over in the comments, and when we do comments, I am crazy excited that Nathan's here to hear your story.
Yeah, yeah. He's in the chat. I see him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
because he was so impressed to hear about Barb's story, and was so inspired. And I just knew if he could watch yours, he'd be so inspired by yours too.
Yeah, so that's me doing the turkey trot, another 5K. I think I probably weighed about 260 in that picture. I went back through and looked at some of my weight records that I have.
And you ran at 260.
Yeah, and then this is so my triathlon coaches wanted me to have the experience of an Ironman race. This is a half Ironman, and like I told you before we came on air, it's in Wilmington, North Carolina. So my one coach, she did the swim. My other coach, so she swam 1.2 miles. He biked 56 miles and then handed the chip to me and put it on my ankle, and I ran a half marathon. And this is me crossing the finish line. And I laugh because in my mind, my arms are straight above my head. I'm like, yes, but you can see they're like barely above my shoulders because I am so tired and so out of shape. Even though I trained really hard for this race, but dragging around that much weight, it's not easy.
No,
Um,
and it's harder on everything.
yeah, yeah, but you can see everyone's cheering for me. So yeah,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
when this is when Shin and I went, my husband Shin and I went on our 45th anniversary trip. We went to North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, and Wyoming. And I made him stop at all these, little Instagram worthy photo ops. And yeah, I had just gotten below 200 into Wonderland, as they say.
Oh yeah, that's super exciting.
And in November, I visited a friend and he lives in Texas and he took this photo of me. But still, that's 15 pounds heavier than I am now. And I'm going to see him tomorrow, so he's going to be excited to see even thinner Mindy. So that's me back in 1991, weighing in around 305 pounds. And this is me just the other day. I weigh about 180. So at 5'4", that's still very much overweight. As a matter of fact, in the BMI chart, it's obese. But I'm feeling pretty good. And my doctor told me, she said, Mindy, I wouldn't care if you lost another pound. She's like, you've got your health back, your numbers back. I can shop in a regular store. I usually wear like a size 12, I guess. Tops, medium or large. I found some old pants for previous weight loss in the back of my closet. I'm like, oh, these Ann Taylor pants are size 12. I wonder if they fit. Oh, they fit. So yeah, I'm very happy. I'd like to continue to lose, but I don't sweat it now. I just keep doing what I'm doing, and if I lose a pound or two a month, that'll be fine.
Now, on this picture here on the right here of you now and down 91. So is that 91 pounds since April?
Yes.
Wow. That is so awesome. Yeah, I know. It's January of, she said 40 some. How many weeks, Mindy?
43. I think I'm in week 43 because I have one more pen in my box. So yeah, I think I'm at 43.
Yeah, so 43 weeks and she's lost 91 pounds.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is so awesome. And that's why I want to have a variety of people as guests on my Mounjaro Monday. So if someone new is popping on or someone's been watching for a while and going, oh my gosh, it's taken Gina forever to lose any new pounds, that they don't have to worry. It doesn't necessarily have to be slow for them. They might be a super responder if they start. I mean, it's just different for everybody. But
yeah,
you definitely
I think I'm kind of a regular responder. I don't think I'm a super responder like Barb or Pam, but I think it's important to see people that
exercise is good.
Yeah, I am very diligent, and I'm lucky that I have my triathlon coaches because they put my workouts in an app that we share. And when I do my workout through my watch, it reports back to that app. So they can see, did I do my workout? How hard did I push? Because they can see my heart rate. They can see all the data. So I have that accountability. And that really motivates me. Your story about your food diary, I have been very diligent with tracking my food in my Fitness Pal, like Jeff does, and I'm on a 260-day streak. So
wow,
that
awesome.
that really even when we were on vacation for those 2 weeks, I may have mentioned it in the chat at some point back in the day, but I was like you, Gina, if I went on vacation, I would usually come back either gaining a few or because I'd be more active, maybe I'd maintain, but I, in 2 weeks, lost 8 pounds on vacation.
Wow.
Who does that? I don't know how it happened. I don't know how it happened. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And I didn't weigh myself. I wasn't crazy and bring a scale or anything. So I had no clue until I got home. But when we got out west, I realized I had brought like some of the wrong clothes, and I ran to Target and bought some like joggers and stuff like that. And by the end of our trip, I was like, these joggers are loose. I'm confused, And then when I got home, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've never
Wow.
had that happen, Gina, where we go on vacation and I say, "Oh, these clothes are loose."
They're too big. Yeah, it never happens. Never, never. No. And I do know for ours, I'm someone now, I weigh myself every day.
I do too.
However, so I don't drive myself crazy. When I weigh myself every day for that whole week, whatever day was the lowest, that's what I weigh that week.
I
Because
know
there,
another person who does that. Yeah.
yeah, and I don't want to miss the one day that's my lowest weight. And sometimes I'll put the scale. I have one of those old
Balance
fashioned
beam.
doctor scales where it's the
Balance beam.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
kind. And so
It's more accurate, Gina.
it is more accurate.
Hmm.
And if I really am doing it every day and I have what my lowest is, sometimes I won't move it. So I'll step on it and go, okay, today I didn't lose any weight.
It's not the
And
day. Yeah.
evidently I probably gained a smidge. I'm gonna be really good today. We'll see what life is like tomorrow. Or maybe I ate something with too much salt or
Hmm.
whatever, and because there is those fluctuations, and
Yeah.
I can go up or down 2 or 3 pounds, each day.
Yeah.
But whatever day is my lowest, that's what I
That's
weigh for the
funny.
whole week. And that's where it is. But then if the next week I never hit that low number and it's always a number that's higher, then I gained a pound. And I tell you guys, because
Yeah,
I've had
yeah.
some weeks where I'm like, nope, I gained a pound this week. Oops, So I'm honest with you guys that way. But
Yeah.
that's it works for me. When I
Yeah.
go in the past, if I go months without stepping on the scale, that's always bad news for me.
Yeah. Me too.
And I have the opposite problem. It's like, crap, my pants don't fit, or my arm can't get through the sleeve. It's like getting stuck. And then you step on the scale and go, no, So I don't like to have those terrible surprises anymore. So now
But how good a feeling is it, though, when you lately have looked in the closet and found out that you have new clothes because they fit again?
I've been cleaning through my closet, and it's been just so fun. I'm giving some to a neighbor, and or actually it's a neighbor grandson's fiance, and so I'm getting some stuff together for her. And it's been so exciting because I've been finding things that I put on and go, oh, this fits again. I can't believe it. I didn't think I'd ever get to wear this again. So some of the things I'm keeping, and some of the things I'm like, hey, it fits again, but this wasn't my favorite outfit. I think I can give this one up. And and trying to
Yeah.
make those decisions. And I'm trying to declutter some this year. And whew,
Me too.
we've lived in the same house for 34 years this March. We'll be married 35 years this March. And if you never move, and you raise your kids and they move,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they need some of their stuff too, and you just get so much stuff. So we're trying to release and let go of some things and declutter some. So I'm going through my closets now, but I'm finding some things. I had found a couple of things that had price tags on it.
Wow.
New clothes.
Yes. And
Literally.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I bought this on sale at Chico's on the clearance rack, but it was a little bit on the tight side, but I always knew one day I'd lose that weight again. And then, it's in the back of the closet, and I bought it maybe 5-6 years ago, but it fits. So that's been exciting that we've been doing this week.
Mm-hmm.
So wow. So 91 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
April.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a full year. That is so awesome, Mindy.
Yeah, I'm
And
hoping by April 3rd, maybe I could be down 100. April 5th is my birthday, and so it would be a nice birthday present if I could. But like I said, I'm happy right here too. So.
Oh, that is so awesome. All right, and did we see all the pictures?
Yes.
Jeff?
Yes.
We made it
Wait,
through all the
I think
pictures?
so. Yes. We did.
Yes. We do.
Okay, and before we're going to answer some of these questions that people are writing in right now. And before we
Mm-hmm.
answer those, I'm going to ask you, Mindy,
Mm-hmm.
can you give us 3 or 4 tips of what's
Mm.
really been working for you while on
Okay.
the Mounjaro journey?
Yeah, sure. I think we've talked about some of them, kind of, as we were talking. But one of the things that really works for me, and I'm very fortunate, he's gone to bed already. He can't even hear me. My husband has been a huge support. But even if I didn't have him doing this for me, this is something people can do for themselves. Is meal prep. He asks me every Sunday, how many lunches do you need for the week? And he'll make me, a little lunch pack. Usually it's some kind of roasted vegetables and some kind of, it might be chicken or pork or, occasionally shrimp or salmon. And he writes on a little piece of paper what's in it and how many calories and everything for me so I can put it in my fitness pal. And then I eat those same lunches, 4 or 5 days during the work week. I eat the same thing pretty much every day for breakfast. So it's almost like I'm pre-tracking my meals. And some people actually do that. I think I've actually heard Mindy Peterson say that she does that. Um, but the tracking and by meal prepping, it makes that tracking just a little bit easier.
Okay.
Definitely, we hear it all the time, but water. Um, but I've heard this and I agree, having the water cup that you like that's fun, or I love pink, so anything pink is going to make me happy. Some people don't like this giant thing and it's intimidating, so have little cups and just drink a lot of them, whatever works. I feel like that's probably the word I was looking for, is a system. So I am very system oriented. So I have
Mm-hmm.
my water system, I have my nutrition system, right? The way that I eat. I make sure that I get a lot of protein, and I probably eat more protein than most. I listened to a doctor named Dr. Gus Vickery. He's a well-known obesity doctor, and he recommends that people get around 1 gram of protein for every pound of ideal body weight. Not the body weight you would like to be. Like I'm happy here, right? That doesn't mean 180 grams of protein for
Mm-hmm.
Mindy. Mindy should probably weigh about 140 pounds. So 140 grams of protein a day. But I also supplement with amino acids that count towards my protein goals.
Mm-hmm.
But find what works. Like, I'm not saying everyone should do that, but that's my plan and that's what works for me. And then I stick to it. I don't play around with it unless things really start to not work for 4 or 5 weeks. Then I might start looking at, what am I doing? Am I doing anything different? Am I missing anything? But really, once I get that system in place, I stick to it. And that has been crucial for me. And then, of course, some kind of movement. And everybody says, oh, you need to do weightlifting so you don't lose your muscle mass. But if you think about it, somebody that's severely obese, which I was morbidly obese, I had more muscle. I had to lose some muscle because otherwise I could never get to an ideal body weight, right? To lug that 271 pounds, that 305-pound body around, I had more muscle. If I kept all my muscle, I'd never get to the weight I am now. So I had to lose
Yeah.
some muscle. But weight,
That's a
weight
good point,
training.
Mindy. Mindy, seriously. I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people that, that are on Mounjaro or Zepbound or whatever. You almost never hear that. But that's something that I have thought about too. That, well, maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I lost a little bit of muscle, because I have some big muscles under
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Think about Barb. Barb weighed 405 pounds. If now she weighs like 135 pounds. If she didn't lose some muscle, she certainly had more than 135 pounds of muscle on her body. So if she didn't lose some muscle, she wouldn't be as tiny as she is right now, right? So
Right.
but movement and muscle really does help us. It helps our body keep its metabolism up and all of those things. But my biggest thing, and I know this is silly, but I feel like when I'm working out, I can't be eating. So at least there's an hour of my day I'm not trying to put food in my mouth. I
Yeah.
still want to go. I still want to go. I have this prank I want to play. I want to go to the gym and get on the treadmill and eat Cheetos and see how long it takes somebody to stop me. Get orange dust all over the treadmill keys. But and then if the only other thing I have to say is if you're watching this and you're not taking a GLP-1 medication, but you're thinking about it, just do it. Especially if you're that person that has it in their fridge and you've been afraid to start, just take the shot. I think anybody that's doing this would say, take the shot. Just do it.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it's too much, like you take the shot, you can always quit. Take 2 or 3, and if it's just awful, quit.
Exactly. It took me a while to decide if I was going to do it. And Mindy Pedersen was one of the people that I watched, and I watched the Countess,
Me
shopping
too.
and watched her too, because they were the first ones.
They were the OGs. Yeah.
Yeah. They were the OGs for sure. And, and I watched a lot of theirs trying to decide because it scared me. I hate having stomach flu. And if a side effect would be like having the stomach flu, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. And so, I worried so much.
You don't like needles.
And I don't like needles. So those were two big things, and the whole thought like, oh, give yourself a shot in the stomach. Oh my gosh. And not even have a nurse do it or a doctor do it. Do that yourself, and every week I just thought, I don't know if I could do that. And I watched and watched and watched. And then I thought, well, I can give myself my Freestyle Libre.
Yeah.
The needle. And that really didn't hurt. And my dad started using it. And
that helps.
Oh, yeah. In 5 months, he lost 50 to 60 pounds.
Wow. That's great.
And it really helped him with his type 2 diabetes. And he was like, Gina, really, it doesn't hurt. I'm like, really? He's like, no, it's like this miracle thing. I'm like, well, and I finally did. And what made me do it is I thought, you know what? If this is horrible, I never have to do it again. No one's putting a gun to my head saying that I have, I could always quit and tell my doctor I need something else, but I can't do this. And once my insurance was willing to cover it, I was willing to give it a shot. And I'm so glad I did.
Right?
So glad I did.
It was an easy choice for me because I was already giving myself insulin 4 times a day. So compared to that, once a week, I was like, sign me up. Yeah.
Oh, and then here's a question now. When my dad's on Mounjaro, he was needing insulin. He'd been type 2 diabetic for over 20 years. He didn't need it in the beginning, but then, towards the end there, he was needing it. And when he's on Mounjaro, he doesn't need insulin.
I don't need it either. I was almost off of it anyway. And I was afraid to come off. And the nurses at my doctor's office, they could see from my Freestyle Libre, they could see my blood glucose on their, on the cloud. They had access to. And they're like, Mindy, just stop taking it. Like I was titrating down really slow on the insulin. That like, today, just stop. So yeah, I haven't taken insulin since probably the end of April.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Not have to worry about that.
Yeah, and dragging it around with me everywhere, and stopping before a meal to sneak away to the restroom and stab myself in the stomach, and that's so great that I don't have to do that.
Yeah, so that is awesome. So that's a big plus too. That is a huge plus. All right, should we start going through?
Oh yeah,
one of them.
We have a lot of comments. We have a lot of comments.
Yeah. And we'll scroll up to the top here.
Oh, Jeff's serenading us.
And Logan wants to know, living with diabetes, how do I feel?
How do you feel?
Well, you know what? I want to tell you, when I first got diagnosed, I was like Mindy. Mindy was 10.9. I was 10.2. And they tell, my doctor's like, you have to come back in. you have flaming diabetes. I mean, you've got to get in this week. And yeah, because they were worried about me. And I got in and just getting all of the supplies and the needle pricks for your fingers and all these things that you need. And they didn't start me on insulin though, which is kind of a surprise. He started me just on metformin, but he's but he said, you're going to start with metformin. Here's a bunch of other medications that we may add, but start first with this and see how your body does, and diet and exercise. And he said, and there's a 6-week class you can take through Dignity Health at the hospital. I highly recommend you do it, and your insurance will cover it. And so I started taking that class, and that's where I found out about the Freestyle Libre, which really helped too. So, going home with, going to the pharmacy and getting all this stuff and trying to figure out how to use it and how to turn it on and how to do all of the things, and being scared and knowing I've had friends die from type 2 diabetes. I had one friend who died in his sleep, sugar low.
Yeah.
I mean, that's scary. And he was in his 40s. So scary. And so I was very scared, and I was initially scared. I was ashamed. I didn't want to tell anybody.
I was
It was
ashamed.
the week of my daughter's wedding. I didn't know if I was even going to tell my mom, who's a retired nurse practitioner. I thought, okay, Jeff knows because he's my husband, and he needs to know because if I have a sugar low, he's got to do something for me. And there's going to be all these weird things. How am I going to hide all my needle pricking things and stuff from him? So, he knew, and my doctor knew, and I didn't think I was going to tell anybody else. And then finally I relaxed a little bit, and I told one of my friends, one of my oldest friends that I went to high school with, and she's like, oh yeah, I've had type 2 diabetes for like 20 years now. And I was like, really? She never said anything, and she's like, yeah, I don't like to talk about it. I just don't mention it. And then come to find out, another friend I've had for years and years. And it was like, oh my gosh, I'm like almost all of my friends.
Yeah.
And they never said anything. And then I thought, you know what? This is silly. And I'd already written my book, Anchor Moments, Hope, Healing, and Forgiveness. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Number one, I got to forgive myself, because the shame I'm feeling is the shame I'm putting on myself. And I'm my own biggest bully, and I got to stop it. I got to stop it right now. This is ridiculous. And then I worried about other people that are going through what I'm going through, that evidently this is a thing, And I thought, no. And I had already had my Anchor Moments channel where I had people share the moments in their life that anchored their faith. And I decided to do a type 2 diabetes playlist. And I have one video of something like do you have type 2 and are feeling blue? Try this. and talked about, forgiving yourself and how important that is. And when I'm sharing it, I only knew I had type 2 diabetes for just a smidgen. I should look and see what the date is, but I know I didn't have it for very long, not very long at all. And that's what started this journey. And then when I had the opportunity to take Mounjaro, I wasn't sure if I was going to tell my friends either, if I was going to do it, because I was too afraid, what would people think, or what would they say, or whatever. And then I told my one of my besties who loves me, not Jeff, but one of my girlfriends who I've been friends with for a long time, not since high school, but for a very, very, very long time. And she was mortified that I wanted to try it. And I'm like, well, I already started like a week ago. And she was like, oh, Gina, I really wish you wouldn't, just try, diet and exercise. I was like,
Oh yeah, I never thought of that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. Amazing.
And she was a skinny friend, a thin friend. And so just didn't understand. But she was coming from a source of love, and she was worried about side effects. And this was a new medication. There were side effects. So then I had to think again, am I really going to go public with this? And then I thought, you know what? I am. And if it doesn't work out, I'll tell people it didn't work out for me. And if I'm one of the ones who throws up all the time, I quit. that's miserable. I'm not going to go through that. And fortunately, I'm not. Just have to stay ahead of constipation is the only side effect I really have to worry about for the most part, and enjoying lower A1C and no more non-alcoholic fatty liver disease that disappeared on me on Mounjaro. It's just really an amazing medication.
Yeah, I don't know if I said this. My A1C was 10.9, but now it's 4.7.
Wow, that's awesome. So you had brought it down to the top of the 5s on your own with diet
Well,
medicine.
with insulin,
and insulin. Well, that's true. And insulin. And now 4.7 and no insulin. Just Mounjaro. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That is absolutely fantastic. So so now, Logan, I feel fine.
Me too.
And 5.6 is it's not diabetes anymore. But when people say you reverse your type 2 diabetes, you can reverse it. That's really not true. What you're doing is you're controlling it. You're controlling it. So you're no longer in the diabetes range. But the second you decide not to control it again, and you don't do all the things, the exercise, the watching what you're eating or taking your medication or whatever, it'll just go right back up again. So it's like it's a controlled
kind of
remission.
Remission.
But now I'm okay with it. But I know that it's serious, and I know to be careful. And now I just try to be careful that I don't go too low. That I watch my sugar to make sure I don't go too low, and make sure, when I forget to eat lunch and my stomach starts grumbling and I go, oh my gosh, it's 3:00. Oh, I didn't have lunch today, that I go eat something, but now I'm doing okay, Logan. Thanks for asking. And let's see. And Nathan, yay! Nathan's in the house. All right. And please share your wins too. If anyone has any wins, share those in the comments.
Oh,
and
that's great, Nathan.
He says he's been. Oh, you got your treadmill! Yay! And started at 4 minutes, then jumped to 21 minutes. Today he hit 26 minutes. I'm almost at 30. Wow!
That's great.
See, just like I wanted to ask you again, so that way we can get you to tell us, Mindy. Mindy did. There's an app that it's from couch to 5K. Is that what it is?
Couch to 5K. Yeah, it'll take you all the way from basically being a couch potato to doing your first 5K. I did that back in the day when I was first trying to start to run. The other thing that always makes me laugh is my middle name is Jane, so my initials are MJM. And so every time he writes that, I think he's talking to me.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, fun. Nathan says, I absolutely cannot believe that I'm almost at half an hour of walking, and I'm starting to realize I need to pace myself. Been giving myself breaks every 10 minutes. Yep.
Pace. Take it slow and easy, Nathan. Not all at once.
Yep. We're proud of you, Nathan. And Susan, the Diabetes Code. Excellent book. Ooh. Can you write that down, Jeff?
Write that down.
Yeah, let's write that down, because we're almost done with our current book club book.
Easy Way.
Yeah. Ellen Carr's Easy Way to Quit Emotional Eating. Next week we'll be on chapter 17. I think there's only like 19 or 20 chapters. So we're looking for another book, and I'll be putting a couple of options from recommendations from you all, and then we'll vote on it. And whichever one gets the most votes will be our next book we'll do. And the Diabetes Code, I have not read that. And
I haven't read it either. I've heard of it, but I haven't read it.
Oh, wait. Here's my notebook. It's on the dining room table, because see, I am recording doing all my, let's see if you see it, all my things. And so this is today's, and I'll just write on here, the Diabetes Code.
Yeah, Dr. Fung is a famous proponent of intermittent fasting, I think. And
Oh, is that what that is?
he believes that it can, I think he even believes it can reverse diabetes, if I'm not mistaken. But he's very well respected in the sphere, let's say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Diabetes coach?
Yep. I found my notebook on the table and wrote
Yeah.
it down. But
By
yeah.
Dr.
And then,
Jason Fung. Hmm.
and we're also looking at fat, sugar. What's the other word?
Salt.
Fat, sugar, salt, or salt, sugar, fat.
Yeah, that's a famous
Something
one
like
too.
that. That I had some people recommend that one as being our next one to read. I think Barb was the first one who shared that one with
Oh,
me.
okay.
And Robin says, Nathan, that's wonderful. I started out that way. It is great to build up slowly. Keep up the fantastic work. Yay.
Yeah, Nathan's
And
doing great.
Sarah's in the house. Woo woo. She says, I can't believe the change in your photos, Mindy. You made a huge change.
Yeah.
Sure did.
Hey, Nathan. I love Nathan.
Hey, we got Black Squirrel in the house
Black
again.
Squirrel.
Yay.
Black Squirrel was on the other live with me earlier. I saw her there.
Aw. And Naturalista's in the house
Naturalista.
too. Yay. Hey, remember when you told me to take it slow? I think I didn't listen.
Nathan, remember this face right here.
There you go. Hey, we got
Hey,
Tirzepatide
Cindy.
in the house. Hey, Cindy. And Robin's in the house too. Woo woo.
Oh, I think they're congratulating you on your loss.
Oh, thanks, Robin.
Yeah.
Hey, and we got Deb in the house too. All right. All of our favorite friends here.
All our friends.
Yeah. I love Mounjaro Mondays. Aww. And we got Paula in the house. Hi, y'all.
Hi,
Looking forward to hearing
Paula.
you. And thank you so much, Paula.
Oh, it's Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
And if anyone, just a quick plug, if anybody enjoys camping or traveling videos, please, RVing or we're van life videos. Ours is a van converted into an RV. Please like and subscribe to our Anchor Moments RV channel too. We're this close to being monetized. We're so close. We have enough watch hours. You need 4,000 watch hours in a year, and we had over 3,000 this month with video. One of our videos kind of took off, but we're still about 150 subscribers away from getting that going. So, but just, if you like those kinds of videos and channels to watch, check out our Anchor Moments RV one.
You should put that in the community tab so that we all see it.
Oh, that's a good idea. I will do that.
I just subscribed though.
Oh, thank you, Mindy. I appreciate that. Yay.
Oh, and don't laugh, guys. These are my Mickey Mouse pajamas. I'm business on the top, but I'm party on the bottom.
All right. Aw.
Yay. I love that, Nathan.
Yay. Exactly. That's what this is all about, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Yep.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to connect with me, I know Gina said my last name earlier, but Mindy Mikami, I'm pretty easy to find on Facebook. I'm the only Mindy Mikami in the world. So if you find me on Facebook and remind me that we're Anchor Moments buddies, I'd love to be your friend on Facebook.
Cool beans. Mikami?
Yep, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. That would be great. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got Brenda in the house and Pam's back. I'm so excited to see Mindy and hear about her journey. And you know what? We're going to do another video at some point where I'm going to put all my peeps who've done a one-on-one interview with me on Mounjaro Monday, and I'll do a group one. I think that might be kind of fun. I'll be pushing Jeff to a new level to figure out how to do it where I have maybe 4 guests at once.
Oh, we can do that. We can do up to 10.
We can do up to 10?
But maybe we'll start with 4.
Yeah.
It will be like the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. So we maybe do like a little Brady Bunch kind of special thing. I think that wouldn't it be fun? Yeah. I think that'd be fun. So we got to try that sometime.
Hollywood Squares, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And then people could ask any of us a question or throw one out. You know, we could maybe even prepare some, like, you know, what's helped you the most on your Mounjaro journey, just like I had asked you, and you gave us at least 4 fabulous things. You know,
really good. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Outstanding, Mindy. And I can tell you, me too. It's almost impossible for me to lose a pound if I go a week and I don't get exercise in. Even if I'm eating less at a deficit, I still got to get some movement in with the deficit. And like I say, when Jeff and I go walking, you know, we hit maybe 1.5 miles, and it takes us 30, you know, a good 30 minutes. So I'm not a super fast walker, but that makes a difference though.
But
versus
you know what?
Sitting on the couch.
What I've read anyway, and what I've watched, if you go for at least like a 10-minute walk after eating, that can really reduce this glucose spike after a meal.
It's really good for your blood sugar to walk after a meal.
That's fun.
Yeah. It gives us an opportunity to get away from stuff. You're away from the refrigerator, away from your cell phone, and you're just walking. We talk. Yeah. And if I'm walking without him, I'll bring my cell phone and headphones, and I'll listen to other podcasts of people's mostly the Mounjaro journeys, and now I'm getting Ninja Creamy recipes too. But you know, listening to some of that kind of stuff while I'm out moving. And Pam says, walking was the big help. I guess it was really the main type of exercise I did, and it made my body feel so good. Yeah. Thanks, Pam. And Black Squirrel says,
hey, Black Squirrel.
Oh my gosh, you're start day twins.
We're twinsies.
Oh, that's awesome, Black Squirrel.
I love that name too.
I know, isn't that fun? And Pam said, I had to start at walking 10 minutes at a time. Yeah, exactly. So, you know. I hate to interrupt again.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
But the others, while I was watching these videos about the values of walking, doing 10 minutes of a walk right after a meal had more of an effect in these studies than just exercising for a whole hour at just one time in the day.
At a random time, yeah.
Right.
As long as the rest of the time you were kind of sitting on your tush and you had 1 hour that you were going, it was better to actually get up more times during the day for your for 10-minute shots. Yeah. And Nathan has a question about skin tags. When you lose weight, do you lose skin tags, or are they permanent?
I think there are some answers going down.
Yeah, I think someone answered. Yeah.
Oh, good. And some did. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you get skin tags where you have friction. So like if you have neck rolls, or I had some under my arms that really didn't have anything to do with being obese, but I also had some in a skin fold, and I had mine removed because the doctor asked me, especially under my arms. She was like, do you nick yourself shaving every single time? I'm like, yeah. She's like, yeah, we'll just get rid of those for you.
Very cool. What makes you want to titrate to a higher dose?
Yeah, so for me, I don't necessarily look at it, am I losing weight or not? For me, it's, can I still eat in my healthy calorie deficit? And, you know, I've decided how many calories are, with my doctor and a nutritionist, how many calories I should eat for the amount of activity I do, my age, my weight, all of those things. When that gets to be difficult, that's when I think about titrating up. Because the medicine itself doesn't help you lose weight at all. It does not. It just helps us eat in a healthy calorie deficit. And so when that, to me, if that food noise comes back and it's really strong and it's making me, not really making me, but if I end up eating more than I should, then to me, that's when I need to move up. Or for people who are diabetics like Gina and I, we may have to move up because our blood sugar isn't where our doctors want it to be. But I don't believe in going up just because I haven't been losing weight for a few weeks, or because maybe I'm hungry. Like, to me, hunger is okay. It's like Gina said, she might be hungry because she forgot to eat. That's your body saying, hey, I'd like some nutrition right now,
Yeah.
But like unmanageable hunger, or that stupid food noise that has you run into the pantry 100 times, that, to me, that's when I feel like maybe it's time to go up.
Mm-hmm. It's a good answer. Thank you. Yep.
Let's see.
And Pam heard that skin tags stopped developing after getting the insulin and A1C down to normal levels and getting hormones regulated.
Yeah, one of the things they say that's a really strong indicator that you have insulin issues, especially if you're darker skinned. If you're fair like me, you may not see it as much, but you'll see people have like really dark areas like around their neck, and some skin tags as well. And they say that's a sign that you're insulin resistant. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. So you taught me something today. And I do every now and again get a skin tag. So that's pretty, and I have type 2 diabetes. Oh,
Yay.
656 Boxer. I appreciate that.
Oh, Hashimoto's disease. So, yeah, I always think it's ironic because my husband is Japanese, and of course, I had to develop a disease named after a Japanese doctor. But Hashimoto's disease is a type of hypothyroidism, so my thyroid is underactive. But with Hashimoto's, I think it's that my body produces the thyroid hormone, but it also destroys it. So, I it's not a super big deal. I just take a thyroid pill every day. It's a hormone that you take, and it but before you know that's what you have, it's awful. Like, it's the worst lethargy you've ever had in your life. Like, and being obese on top of that made life really, really hard. But once I found out I had it and started taking medicine, I feel fine. It's not really a big deal.
No. So it
Yeah.
was extreme fatigue that let you know
Yeah.
things weren't
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. It does also cause weight gain, but not 100 pounds. A lot of
Yeah.
people like to blame their weight gain on hypothyroidism. It can make it harder to lose. It can, but no, it didn't make me gain 100 pounds. I promise you.
How did you get what did they do to diagnose you with it, to know that
Oh,
that's what you had?
yeah, it's just a blood test. I think it's called they measure your T3 and your T4 or something, but yeah, it's a thyroid hormone that they test. But to find Hashimoto's, I think they have to do another test that shows, because it could show normal if they don't do this other test to make
Okay.
sure that your body's making the hormone, but it's also like staying useful in your body.
Okay. Kind of like insulin resistance.
Yeah, my mom has it too, and my son has it, and my mom's sister has it too. It's genetic.
Genetic. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh, and
yay!
it's Robin's birthday that day. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm gonna celebrate my Tirzepatide, I'm sure.
Yeah. My insurance will allow a
Oh,
certain number of skin tags to be removed at each appointment. Oh, that's
oh.
pretty cool. Good to
yeah,
know. I'll have to check
yeah,
into it. Mine will too, Pam. They're so annoying.
yeah. The bigger ones can be really annoying.
Oh, it's
Oh, yay!
bad. Yay, Pam. That's
That's great.
awesome. That is awesome. And Pam was my guest 2 weeks, I think 2 weeks ago.
Hmm. I think
And
so.
the thumbnail is about my 1 year anniversary. because I didn't receive the email from Pam saying that for sure she was going to be on. So I thought, well, if she's not on, I've got to do something. And it happened to be my 1 year anniversary. So so my thumbnail was about that. And then pretty close to it, it was almost time to go on. I was able to connect with Pam and get her emails and get the pictures and put her on. So the title is that my guest has lost over 160 pounds. And it was such a fun interview too. So glad to have you on. And Pam has a new YouTube channel sharing her journey. And so, if you get a chance, go check Pammy WLS GLP-1 out and like and subscribe.
She's crushing it over on TikTok too.
Oh, cool beans. And Nathan says, I love your videos, Pam. And the exercises she does. And she does some recipes too and talks about things she puts in her coffee and all kinds of fun stuff. And Robin says, oh, and Robin too. Yep. She did one about coffee this week that looked delicious.
Yeah, her proffies are next level.
Yeah.
Oh, the polar vortex that you were talking about, the snow.
So so if you're getting your Mounjaro in the mail, you have to kind of make sure that it didn't get too cold. That your medicine didn't freeze, because it's supposed to be really bad to have your medicine freeze.
I don't know how you would know.
I don't know either. I guess if you take it and it's not working like it normally works, there might be a possibility it got frozen.
Yeah, for the longest time. Do you guys know Dave Knapp, man on the Mounjaro?
Yes, I watched
him
too.
Yeah, he was advocating that they should put something. There's these little strips that they're like little thermometer strips, and they can indicate the highest temperature or the lowest temperature that package has reached. And in the summer months, he was advocating that they should put those in the telehealth, especially the compounded pharmacies, because when I get it, maybe it feels cold, but what was it when it was in that FedEx truck, right? How hot did it get? So he was advocating for that for a while. I still think it would be a really good idea, but another expense,
I saw
I suppose.
that episode because I live in Arizona and we have days where it's 119 degrees. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
119 degrees.
I can get 150 in a vehicle.
Oh yeah, in a vehicle. It's like crazy hot. So yeah, that would be helpful. And now it's too cold with that polar vortex. I'm starting to try other supplements now that I've titrated down from 10 to 5, and I feel more like I want a snack. I started eating gummies. If Yoli something.
Ashwagandha.
Okay. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, ashwagandha. Yeah, it's a supplement. I have to be careful for taking it. I found out because I was taking it for a while. It can help with your mood and things, but they say it can cause what do they call it? A thyroid storm? Like can make your thyroid go a little crazy. So I'm looking into it, and I stopped taking it for a while. But
you have to be careful with some supplements because some are not FDA regulated, and just look at all the medications that you can take that people need for things. Even Benadryl for allergies, something came out that if you that Benadryl could have a bad side effect, that you shouldn't do it all the time. And I was like, oh, dang it, that's my favorite one when my seasonal allergies show up. And go ahead.
But also, when you talk to your doctor or pharmacist, I think we mentioned this before. I don't know if it was on Mounjaro Monday, but if you, like, my story is I was just diagnosed with, I wasn't diagnosed. I had to take Cipro for like 7 days. It's an antibiotic. And
oh yeah, you talked about
the pharmacist said, okay, so what else are you taking? And I told her, and then she said, are you taking any supplements? I don't know. I'm taking Flintstones chewable vitamins. Said, yeah, don't take those. And you think what could be more innocuous than Flintstones children's chewable vitamins? Yeah. But it was like because the calcium will block the absorption or something like that. And,
yeah.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
some things you might not even think of, but it's good to
Yeah.
talk to
And
that
it's a
doctor.
children's
Yeah.
vitamin that's been around for over 50 years because I took it
Yes,
as
since
well.
I was a kid. Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
63
You
years
know what
old.
makes
So
children's vitamins?
Children.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You
And
think it'd
then,
be okay if we're going to give it to our kids?
yeah. And that's one of the things that I take. I take a Flintstones complete with a little bit of iron in it because I'm eating so well. I'm eating more fruits and vegetables, and I'm like, do I really need anything? But but I think it's good to have just a little children's too, just in case I'm missing a vitamins in there somewhere.
And they're delicious.
And they're delicious.
They are delicious.
A little iron in it too, and I think one of those wouldn't hurt us. So I have us on a Flintstone chewable complete vitamin regimen. But yeah, he wasn't supposed to take it with his medication. So it's always good to just ask your pharmacist because they tend to know, even with some of the supplement kind of things, what might have a bad side effect or not. But yeah, so you have to be a little bit careful with those.
Soyava. Pam,
Have you tried that one?
no, Dave Knapp, man on the Mounjaro, he's been taking and I've been taking it too. It's a supplement called Can't Wait, but it's WEIGHT, like,
Oh, okay.
wait, can't wait. And it's a peptide, but it's bioavailable orally, like Tirzepatide isn't. You have to take it as an injection. So that's another one you might want to look at. It supposedly helps with cravings.
Okay. But always ask your pharmacist.
But ask your doctor, your pharmacist.
Your doctor
Yeah.
or pharmacist. Yep.
Yeah.
And asking your doctor is always the best, but it's always easy to find a pharmacist because there's so many pharmacists that open pharmacies that are open 24 hours and the pharmacist is right there.
And they have to know all the pills.
And if they don't know, they look it up for you and they can type, and they can find, what can go with something and not something else. And they're
I'm lucky
really
my niece is a pharmacist and she loves when I ask her questions. So I text her and say, "Can I take this and this and this?"
Yeah, they're usually pretty friendly and so helpful. And they go to college for a long time. They're it's an important job and they're very, very helpful.
Ooh.
New ice cream since you got your Creamy Gina. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have been having so much fun. What's in the freezer right now, Jeff?
Is it chocolate peanut butter?
Nope, we're out of that. We're out of that.
That sounds good.
So I've been taking the chocolate Fairlife milk, Nathan. And then I've been adding PB Fit powdered peanut butter to it. And oh my gosh, you guys, so good. And sprinkle a little bit of salt. And sometimes I'll add an extra tablespoon of monk fruit without allulose.
Allulose.
And so it's a.
What about the protein?
That's and I can also add, I've been adding Vital Proteins, collagen protein mix to it. And oh my gosh, it is so good. It is so good.
All natural ingredients.
And what's in the freezer right now, Jeff?
Yeah.
That we can have tonight. Well, go check. Go pull them out. I have 3 of them in there. One of them I've been taking plain Greek yogurt, a tablespoon of local honey, because local honey will help you with seasonal allergies.
Yeah, it's good.
But you got to try to do it daily, even when you're not having your allergies. Not when you're in full throes, nothing's, you got to have like Benadryl to pull that out. But if you do it, if you have a little bit of local honey every day, it can help you with your seasonal, if you have really bad seasonal allergies, which I do. So this is 3/4 cup of plain Greek yogurt. I like the 2% fat one, so I don't go total fat free and not super high fat, but kind of, and I have a tablespoon of honey mixed with it. And I have vanilla bean paste that I use. That's the vanilla bean paste extract thing that's so good. If you want to get the bottle of that, it's in my favorites in my Amazon.com/shop/anchor moments. I have that vanilla bean paste. It's so good. A little bit of vanilla bean paste. And then those little cups that you get of pineapple in pineapple juice,
Mm-hmm.
that you can peel off and stick in like cottage cheese or, I have 2 of those in this. It is so good. So it'll be kind of like a pineapple ice cream. Crazy delicious. And sometimes I'll sprinkle a little bit of coconut flakes on it when I eat it. So it's like a low sugar,
high protein.
high protein. This one,
Nutrient dense.
This one is just applesauce, no sugar added applesauce, unsweetened with I add a little extra cinnamon in there, and this one you don't have to add monk fruit to it. You can do it just the applesauce,
and that was good.
Which was good. So the first time I did it, I didn't have any. I didn't add any monk fruit, and it had a little bit of a sweet and tart kind of with it as a sorbet, but really good. But if you do add a little bit of monk fruit to it, it is just it's sweet, it's creamy, it's appley, and with the cinnamon, super delicious. And a sprinkle, just a teeny weeny sprinkle dash of salt. This one we've not tried yet. So this is a new recipe. This is just peaches and peach juice, or peach and natural juice. It might be pear juice. When you get them where you can get them where they're in heavy syrup, you can get them in peaches and light syrup, or you can get peaches and juice, and it's peaches and juice, and that's it. But we're gonna spin this one, and we'll have a peach sorbet. I was thinking we could try that one tonight because we haven't had that one yet.
Okay.
But that's what's in the freezer right now. It's just so much fun, you guys. And I have learned, Nathan, that just a sprinkle, not even a quarter teaspoon of salt, just a little dash of salt. I don't know why a dash of salt makes it taste sweeter, but it does. For some reason, it kind of does something. I guess that's why people do salted caramel now or whatever.
Yep.
And I'm really hooked on, I like the monk fruit with allulose in it. It has no sugar, and it doesn't do any spiky things to me. Where Splenda does, and
oh, really?
packets to me just a little bit. And it makes me, my body thinks that maybe there's some sugar in it. So like when I drink a diet pop, like a Diet Coke or whatever.
And you don't do that.
No, I don't anymore, but I used to. And then it would actually make me a little bit hungrier because my body's thinking, there's a sweet. I better throw some insulin at it. And then, I get the spike, and then I get a drop, and then I'm like hungrier. And so anyway, so I'm very careful. So I usually now just do either stevia or monk fruit. And so anyway, if you put just a tablespoon of that in, it actually brings the sweetness up even a little bit more. And I'm a sweetie pie. I like my things sweet, but I have been playing with that Ninja Creamy every day. And I had ice cream or sorbet every day last week, and I'm down a pound. Yay!
And what did you?
Yeah, who knew, right?
Yeah, and my blood sugar is great. Was great.
It steady though?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's
in the range.
Yeah, it's in the range.
That's normal. Yeah,
I'm between 70 and 130. It's kind of how I'm rolling, which is good. So my A1C will be in the normal person zone again this next time. So I'm really excited about that too. Yeah, Pam loves her morning coffee. Yes.
Wait.
And Robin says she was just talking about loving her morning coffee and coffee in the afternoon.
Oh.
And Robin says, I would love that. I love coffees, but sometimes it doesn't love me back so much. Yeah, I don't do coffee in the afternoon unless it have to be decaffeinated, because it's so hard for me to sleep at night anyway that I cut myself off. That I can only have coffee in the morning, but I love it with a little bit of protein stuff in it too. Yeah. Pam makes good stuff. And Pam was at 550 subs. And now it's 570, hoping to get to 1K to see what we can do with monitoring. I want to use it to help monetizing.
Yeah.
That's probably what she was trying to write. I want to use it to help my grandson with extra expenses related to cancer. Oh, that's right. And he lives with you too. Yep. So yeah, if you can get a chance, please like and subscribe to Pam's channel.
I wrote it down.
She's a good grandma.
Yes, she is. She is. Yep. And Nathan can. To watch what you do.
Yeah, do it, Nathan. Yeah.
I have to say that I have found the coffee beans that have tasted so good to me, and coffee makes me so happy. Yeah, I love coffee too. My gynecologist asked, they have to ask, how much alcohol do you drink in a day, week, month, year, whatever. And then I was like, I only drink when my parents are in town.
As we know.
Yes, I'm like, I only 2 or 3 times a year and, a week max. But then otherwise I don't drink at all. And she's like, how about coffee? And I'm like, don't you touch my coffee.
Yeah.
I said, I have a cup of coffee every day and I'm not giving that up. Because you gotta have some vice. And she thought that was funny, but she was okay with that I'm not drinking, a whole pot every day.
Yeah.
That's not good for you either. But a little bit's good. Like with most things in life, a little bit's good and too much is terrible. Yeah, Pam's all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram and TikTok.
She's working hard. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
Oh, wow.
Wow. There you go. And Robin says, I'll walk fast, and that's about as much as you'll get me to go. Yes, I can't run. I had shared that story on another one of my videos. Even when I was skinny, I was about 110 pounds in high school. I was skinny, but I worked at it really hard. But I had to take jogging in PE. And I hated it. It would give me a stomach ache when I would run. I'd get overheated. I'd get a cramp in my side. I would see my house and I'd throw up. And the PE teacher was really nice to me. And he'd let one of the girls walk me to my house. And then my mom, who was a nurse at the time, would have to get called from work to come pick me up and see what's wrong with me. But as soon as I would be done sweating and I'd cool off, go to the bathroom, and then I felt fine. So then I'd change my clothes again and she'd have to drive me back to school. And a few years after we graduated, one of my friends took me aside and said, you know why Mr. Neubauer was always so nice to you in PE class and when you would throw up, Gina? And I said, why? And she said, he thought you had morning sickness. And I was like, oh no, I had never thought about it. But I think he did finally realize that I wasn't pregnant because he changed the route so we wouldn't go by my house anymore. And then I stopped throwing up because like, what am I going to do if I just throw up and I can't go home? So once I felt like I'd get hot and I'd get that pain in my side, I'd just walk and I'd always be late to my to my second class because I had PE first hour. But yeah, I could not run even when I was skinny and young, but I can walk. Oh, and Cindy thinks you are amazing, Mindy, and I think so too.
Oh, thanks, guys.
And Pam says, well, I couldn't walk far without getting winded and legs swelling up. I walked a 5K when I was 260 and oh man, my feet and legs were sore and swollen. Yeah. And I just remember how bad my feet hurt doing that one.
When you had morning sickness?
Oh my gosh. And Pam says, yes, Nathan, I apologize ahead of time for doing all the shop videos. You can skip through them. Oh my gosh. I'll just be glad to hear you and scroll through your amazing videos. Yep, she's got a whole bunch of them. She has new ones every day. I'm trying to learn digital marketing for our goal of traveling with the grandson.
Oh,
yep,
great.
That's really good too. Yep. Hey, we got Jason in the house. Hey, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
And Nathan is a sweet soul.
He is a sweetheart.
Yep, being nice is the best way to be, Nathan. You got that right. And nice to yourself, too.
Right.
Nathan
Yes.
absolutely loves your story, Mindy.
Aw, thanks, Nathan.
And you know what? We're gonna be cheering you on when you get ready to do that 5K. You let us know.
Exactly.
And we're gonna be the cheerleaders going, woo woo, Nathan, go, Nathan. I wish I'd kept my size 10 pants that I had bought after gastric bypass. I had Ann Taylor and some other nice brands, I think 4 or 5 years ago. I decided it was time to donate and didn't think.
Maybe,
I would
didn't think I'd ever get back down.
Mm-hmm. And now here you are.
Yeah, but I think they'd be too big for her now anyway. So
yeah,
I think she's smaller than that now.
She's so tiny now.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, we got Bia in the house. Hey, Bia.
Hey, Bia. I love her name.
Yeah, isn't that a fun name? Nathan, I met a friend in my support group, and he wishes he had more guys who are going through the same. We got him onto TikTok too, and he has a good home setup with a bike and a treadmill. Yep, it is amazing to have good tools for exercising. I hope he keeps at it. Feels so much better getting on that treadmill and walking while listening to a video on YouTube. Yeah.
Habit stacking.
Yep, exactly, Mindy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and that guy was in his mid 400s.
Wow.
Let's see. That's this one. Here we go. I don't know if I ever said, but the pants I have all are starting to fall down when I'm wearing them. Yay! I've been avoiding going out because my shorts are all that fit. You're going to have to do some shopping, Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
At least get a belt.
There you go.
Suspenders, something.
Something. He'll definitely hit the goalie once. I know he will. I'm working on it, and it feels so good, Pam. We're so proud of you, Nathan.
Yeah, that's so great.
I'm glad Jeff is sitting back and out arms sweating. But I really haven't hit him yet. I get close. He's good at ducking.
He's bobbing and weaving back there.
Yeah. He's had a lot of years of experience. It'll be 35 years this March. It's like, wow, I can only go out in the summer unless I have to go over my pants. I need to get clothespins. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, Nathan.
I absolutely head over heels in love with this treadmill. I never thought in a million years I'd own a treadmill and actually enjoy working out on it.
Cool.
That is very cool.
I love that so much.
Nathan, your dermatologist can burn off those skin tags easily. Hey, that's good to know. Yeah, I've got to get in to see a dermatologist for sure. On the other line, we'll call you back. My son had it done, and he is so much more comfortable, especially around the neck where his collars would rub.
Yeah, that can really be painful for guys.
Yeah. I used to have one where my necklace would run years ago when I wore necklaces. Now I just do pretty much earrings or a bracelet, and had it taken off at the doctor's office, and it felt so much better. My son had quite a few, had them removed, and now he's so much more comfortable. Meanwhile, most of my people I follow diabetes-wise are all type 1s. I'm trying to find more type 2s to follow. Countess of Shopping was the very first person that I started watching on YouTube after the Oprah special. Yeah, the Oprah special was wonderful, that first one a year ago. I hadn't even thought about getting on YouTube and to even search Mounjaro or any of them. Wow. And then that's what's Pam. Wow, you really are a super responder, Pam. Holy cow. She's been on it just as long as us, pretty much, Mindy.
Yeah. That's why I say I'm a normal responder.
And
I'm not a super
160
responder.
pounds lost and at maintenance. So it's not like she started off at 500 and lost 160. I mean, to be at maintenance. 160 pounds lost in a year. That's crazy. Crazy fabulous. I also like to watch Zepbound Journey with Ange. Yep, she's really good too. I love her.
Yeah, and Nathan, if you want to find a type 2 person. He's in maintenance now, but round mound of Zepbound. That's what he goes by. Charles, he's really good. And fat
And
guy no
Alzheimer's
more.
are good too. Are they
Yeah,
the Alzheimer's, but
they're
they're
not
not
diabetic
diabetic?
though.
Oh, okay, so
No.
it's just obesity.
Yeah. I think a fat guy no more. I think he's type 2 also. He's really good.
Okay. So excited that you're loving your treadmill. Yep. Very cool. OMG. Hey there, Gina and Jeff, an extra special guest, Mindy. Hey, it's Darian. So cool to have you
King
back in the house.
Darium.
Yeah.
We love our king.
Yeah. Ah. Yep. That's why I'm so grateful for the CGM. I heard about this lady who lost her boyfriend overnight because of a low. Yeah. I mean, seriously, guys, lows are no joke. They're no joke. They're no joke. When your blood sugar is too high, it'll slowly kill you. But when your blood sugar is too low, you can die that day. You know,
Mhm.
it's very scary. Lows scare me to the point where I feel like I need to be in the 100s to sleep. Yeah, but if you wear a Libre 2 and the Libre 3, there's an
It'll
alarm
wake
that
you
will go
up.
off your two, and there's no way you're sleeping through that
Nope.
alarm, Nathan.
No
No
way
way.
anyone in the same room is
No
going to sleep
way.
through it
No.
either.
Yeah, it will wake you and
And
anybody else in the house up. And then you won't have to worry about that.
I freaked out.
Zepbound probably does that too, I would assume,
Oh yeah.
because they were
I
the Cadillac.
I freaked out last night when yours went off, Gina, because that noise is just so ingrained. Yours was going off because it had ended its,
Yeah,
useful
it's been
lifetime.
going on.
But I heard that noise and I was like, what's happening?
Yeah, for that, I'm just going to drop in front of you.
Yeah.
like Pavlov's dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got to take care of ourselves. Diabetes is not a joke.
Yes.
And weight loss is usually slower for those of us with type 2. And there is research on that. So on Mounjaro, where they and Ozempic and all of that, once they did the Wegovy and that kind of thing, where they're doing people who are have type 2 and people who don't. The people who just have obesity without the type 2 diabetes in general lose weight faster and lose more. But not everybody. Some people are really just do respond so incredibly well with the medication. But as a whole, that is very true. I have a good guy friend at work who had very, very high A1C, like 15 or more. Oh my gosh. And he is on metformin and Ozempic or Wegovy. He was prepping good with all low carb and went to the gym or worked out at home. And still, yeah, you know what? Because another piece of diabetes is also inherited, and so sometimes, and they're skinny. I always feel bad for the people who are skinny who have diabetes. I think, oh man, and they're doing all the right stuff, but yet they still have it. It's a disease. And sometimes that is the case. Gosh, that's so hard. And 15, that's scary.
I haven't read that, Nathan.
Diabetes. You can put that one down too, Jeff. I have not read that one, Mastering Diabetes. I'm dozing off, so I'll pick up the last parts of all this. Still recouping from that dang COVID. Love seeing and hearing about your journey, Mindy. Love that color hair and your glasses. I know that red looks fabulous.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm a ginger. Oh yeah, my glasses are really cool, you guys. They come off. I can change the color.
Wow.
They're magnetic.
Wow.
That
They can
is
be blue.
way cool.
They can be black. They can be confetti. They can.
Wow.
They can.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they can be polka dots.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
So I have to ask you, are you using a filter or is that for real?
Yeah. It's for real. Yeah.
Pammy in pajamas, Miss Pam.
Yep, she's Pammy in pajamas. Love it.
She has to. Pam has to move to get her weight down. Now I always
Lost.
lost weight on vacations because we're usually walking a lot and sharing our plate,
Yeah.
which is helpful. And you save money too when you split a meal.
Mm.
We appreciate you too, Nathan. Oh, Deb also has Hashimoto as well as her daughter. Very common, especially among women.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of surprised when my son had it, but evidently boys get it too.
Mindy, have you done any recent 5Ks or triathlons?
Yeah, I answered Nathan down in the chat, but yeah, I did a 5K on Thanksgiving, I did a 5K on Christmas Day, and I did a 5K on New Year's Day.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of 5Ks.
Yeah.
15 days.
Yeah. And Sandra's in Minnesota. Funny, I took limestone.
I think she means Flintstone.
Flintstones. Oh.
Right. If you took limestone,
That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible.
they're really hard to eat.
Yeah.
Very crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, check out the Can't Wait.
Cool.
Wait, I got that right. Did I?
Yep. Pam, I want to try the
Kiala.
Oh,
They're
okay.
Kiala greens. They're a green drink.
Okay.
I drink them too.
And happens she likes Tropical Splash. And it's on her TikTok shop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I always compare with a Zon. It really does help me with gut health and keeps things moving. Oh, Amazon? Compare
Maybe.
with a Zon. It really does help with gut health and helps keep things moving.
Yeah, it definitely helps if you're having a little bit of a constipation situation.
Oh.
Yeah. And she likes watermelon slush too.
I like the cotton candy.
Ooh, I love cotton candy. Oh, and adding some ice cubes.
Yep.
Yum. Aww. I'm gonna have to visit you sometime, Pam, in California too. Hope things are going okay for you. You're not too close to all those fires.
And now they have mudslides because it's raining.
Yeah. Mindy, I really like the area behind your neutrals and minimalists appeal to me. I just have too much stuff here after living in the same house for 18 years.
I confessed in the chat this is fake. This is a fake background. Yeah, that's why my hands disappear. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's funny. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ever since last year, it's been the years of trying new things for me as well, Pam. Yep, new things are great. It does wiggle this whole journey. Yep.
Yeah, it's not linear.
Little up,
Yeah.
little down, little up. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, we love to support you, Pam, and your grandson.
Right. Hi, Val.
Yeah, hey, Val.
I'm doing good. Oh, you just
sorry.
me, huh?
No,
Okay.
I'll go back to you.
Jeff, have you lost weight? How are you doing with your weight loss?
I'm kind of steady about where I've been, and
but still down at least 40, I think, from your highest.
Your face looks very thin.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yes.
His tummy's smaller too.
Yeah. I haven't done the math again, but I am 233 pounds, and I am looking forward to being in the 220s.
Yeah, and then your worst was
274.
Yeah, so see, he's doing really good.
Yeah, you're doing great.
He's doing really good.
I already answered that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're doing great, Nathan.
And Val says, I miss Mindy's story. I have to see the replay. Yeah, it's a really good story. And we got pictures to go with it.
Oh,
And
thanks,
it's at the
Nathan.
beginning of the video. So yep, when it's on replay here in a few minutes, you'll be able to check it out.
Oh, I know. I wish we were all together. I'm going on the cruise with the downsized.
Are you okay, Mindy? Look at this
Yeah.
guy over here.
Right.
He never wants to go on a cruise. And he has told me that part of it, he's like, it's just a big boat where all I'll be doing is eating all day. It sounds fattening, boring. He watches anytime on the news that, there's a horrible thing that happens at sea. He's like, see, this is why I don't want to cruise. And I know I would love cruising.
Now, I told her that I would like to do a river cruise, like down
Where
the
you can-
Rhine River.
Where you can see
It brings all of our luggage with us. You get out, you do the things, you come back, and then you go to the next.
But other cruises, they're out in the ocean. Your luggage is with you. They
Yes.
stop at ports. You get off. You play on the beach and things in the town, and then you get back on the boat where your luggage is, and it takes off. And if we did the one with the downsize, they're going to have some food that's supposed to be healthy food that you can have on a cruise.
Yes, we will talk about this later.
Sorry.
No. Because I'm trying to work on him because I would love to go. So I'm excited to see someone else is there because he may just let me go by myself without him, but it'd be fun to take him.
Yeah, June 23rd through the 27th. I think they do have a lady that's looking for a roommate because, cruises are expensive to go by yourself because it's double occupancy for the pricing. But it's the 23rd through the 27th. It's just going to the Bahamas. It's not going anywhere fancy, leaving out of Fort Lauderdale. But yeah, so I'm going. A bunch of other people that are always on their channel are going. And it's going to be a good time. I had sworn off going on any more cruises. I cruised to Alaska right before COVID, and I'm like, I just really want to go to a place and sit on the beach. I don't need to have the cattle call of getting on and off a boat and all of that. But to go with this group, it enticed me. So my husband and I are going to go. Yeah.
Oh, I am so excited you're going, Mindy. I got to work on this guy a little bit more. How much is it for two people to go?
I think my husband and I, but we got a room with a balcony, so ours is like $1,500, I think, for the two of us. It's expensive. Yeah,
is
but
it $1,500 a piece or $1,500 for what? So $750 a piece.
Yeah,
$1,500.
Their website says it starts at $8.99 a piece, but by the time the travel agent got done, it was only $1,500 and something.
Okay, and they're going to have specialty foods that we could have there too, where it's.
I think Christopher and Lorraine are gonna. I think they're gonna try to help people navigate the food. I don't think they're gonna have special food, but they're gonna talk about how to navigate that. And they're gonna have. Actually, Mochi Health has now said they're gonna sponsor, so they're expecting to have a little nicer swag bag for everybody. And yeah, it should be really good. So if anybody else that's watching is interested, if you go to the thedownsized.org, their webpage has a link for the downsized cruise.
I think that would be fun.
Have fun.
Jeff.
Sorry,
see? Jeff. Jeff's like, thanks, Mindy.
I really want to go.
I would love for you to go. It would be so great.
We would have so much fun.
Yeah, maybe I'll ditch my husband and take you instead. Oh, thanks, Pam.
Aw, that's great.
I'm just behind the scenes. I'm watching you.
And I need to head up. Yeah.
Sandra's probably gone. Bye, Sandra.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been on for a long time.
Oh, good grief. Yep. I just go through the last of this. I think, like Barb, we lost 20 years ago. We lost about the same rate as we did after the weight loss surgeries.
Oh, yeah.
But it's so much better with this because when you have the weight loss surgery, you still have your brain thinking you want to eat all the time and all the cravings, just the smaller stomach.
Yeah, I've been this close to having it a couple times, but I didn't go through with it.
Yeah, I never have either. I've just had too many of my friends who did, and then they gained the weight back, and it's such an expensive surgery, and to go through all of that, lose and then regain, it was just too scary for me.
Yeah.
Uh
Oh yeah, you need to talk to your friend about getting a CGM.
mhm.
Yeah, we
It's
can't be
really
passing out
important.
while we drive. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
We know how to read, Pammy. We know how to read your.
Yeah, we figure it out.
Her fingers are too fast. That's what's going on.
Yeah. We're loving your
Oh, thanks,
glasses
Nathan.
and your story.
Yeah, we say the zon and
I was
TikTok.
thinking it was
The
Amazon.
A-zone.
The A-zone.
Or
Like,
A-zone?
what is she talking about there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, we're so close to the last fire. Fire before might have.
Oof.
Oh yeah, it's just so scary, those fires.
Yeah.
Background like yours. There you go.
Pammy, go to Canva. Canva. Use Canva.
There you go.
It's
This
a
is a
free
real
app.
background back here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe Pammy will join
Ooh.
cruise. That'd be great.
Yeah,
Those
Disney cruises are supposed to be fun, even if you don't have kids. I have a friend that doesn't even like kids, and they love going on Disney cruise.
Oh, Pam went on one.
Oh, nice.
That was her favorite.
I know. I would love to take Barb on it.
Oh yeah, Barb would love that. She is Miss Disney.
Oh wait, here's one to me. Let's see. What does it
You're
say?
talking me into
Next
this.
one.
Into this? Oh, to Jeff.
Jeff, maybe figure a way to do some videos, and if it can be considered a work event.
Yeah, I mean the downsides do videos from the cruise.
We would do videos on there, and look, we're anchor moments. Anchor.
Oh my
moments.
gosh! Yes.
Seriously, we are anchor moments.
It's perfect. Lorraine and Christopher are on a cruise right now, actually.
They cruise all the
Yeah, they love it. They're crazy. Yeah.
They're constantly cruising, and they're losing weight. They've lost a ton of weight, and they cruise all the time.
Yeah, he's not buying it. Yeah, it says $8.99 each, but mine was not that much.
And you were even on a balcony.
Yeah, I have a balcony room. Mm-hmm.
There you go. All right, we made it through all the stuff.
Wow, thank you so much, you guys. Everybody watching, Gina and Jeff.
Nathan just reminded me. I didn't do my shot.
God.
Oh my gosh! And I had Jeff sitting right next to me too. All right, go grab me a shot, Jeff.
Oh, she's gonna do it cold, just like Nathan.
Oh my gosh.
He's gonna get the stinger.
Nathan, thank you.
Good job, Nathan. Excellent.
Good save. Good save. All right.
Why do we do this every week? Every week you forget.
Oh man. I'm gonna have to start doing them at the beginning. Oh, and it's cold. And now I'm getting
It's cold. You're getting that Nathan shot. Where are you doing it?
Let's see. Oh, it's cold. Where do I want to put it cold? I think I could probably do tummy again. Tummy wasn't too bad cold.
So while Gina's doing that, I have a little tidbit for anybody who's not taking the brand name. If you're doing compound and sometimes the shot hurts. So when I was taking insulin, one of the nurses taught me this, to lightly touch the needle to my skin. And if that spot hurt, move over just a little bit. She said, there's a nerve right there. So just move over a tiny bit and then, jab yourself there. Now with the Mounjaro shot, we can't do that because it goes where it goes, right? We can't aim. Yeah, but if you're doing a needle.
This side for a while. So I'm going to do it on this side of my tummy.
But we do have less nerve endings in our tummy, so it's usually less painful.
Today?
No. Here we go. I haven't done this side of my tummy in a long time. Take the gray cap off first, or you'll ruin your shots. Oh wow, that cap is so cold. Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh. Well, you'll know it went in.
I am gonna know, Nathan.
That is so funny, Nathan.
I'm gonna know. Oh yeah, it's cold. I'm not even pushing the button, but I can feel this because it's so cold. It is so cold.
Did you unlock it?
You did.
All right, one. It's cool.
Oh,
Deep
All
breath,
right.
Gina.
1, 2, 3.
Hold it down.
It did its thing.
Yeah.
You know
Good
what?
job.
I warmed it up pretty good with my hands. That
There
wasn't
a red
bad.
dot? No red
And I
dot?
got a little teeny tiny dot.
Okay, that always makes me feel better.
Perfect. I know. I love it when I get a dot. I don't always get a dot.
I heard
No, I don't either.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Nathan, you saved the day.
Save the day, Nathan. Good
Oh,
job.
I totally forgot. Oh my God.
Gold star, Nathan.
Pam's laughing too. Oh my gosh, the thigh is Nathan's favorite spot. Oh my God, we gotta listen. Can you believe that, Lisa? Oh my gosh, almost forgot again.
All of us in this room, and we forgot.
All right. I love you guys. I look
All
forward
right.
to seeing you next Monday. If anyone wants to be on my show and be my next guest,
Yeah, do it.
just email me, Gina@anchormoments.com. Do you see it? Is it this?
Nope. There you go. Yep.
There we go. Gina@anchormoments.com, and you can be a guest too. So anyway, just email me and we'll figure it out. Everybody have a wonderful day and hold on to your anchor moments.
Bye.
Thanks, Mindy. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.